There's the front of the Skyview Hotel here in Bangkok. I'm going to head over to Phrom Phong Station and show you what the walk is like from there over to the hotel, just to show how close it is. And then I will head into the property and I'll show you around the hotel and the various amenities, as well as check out the room I'm staying in as well. There's the Emporium Shopping Center. And just over there to the west is the M-Sphere Shopping Mall. And you could get there via this above-ground walkway, or you could head down to street level. And right over there is the M Quartier Shopping Mall. It's no surprise this area is known as the M District. And hey there, today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. It is just before 10 a.m. and I am here above Sukhumvit Road, right next to Phrom Phong Station. And right around the corner from here is the Skyview Hotel. So I'm going to show you what the walk is like from here over to the hotel. Now, the best way to get there would be to cut through the shopping mall, and you'll get a nice air-conditioned walk almost the whole way through. It's really convenient staying in a hotel located right next to a nice big air-conditioned shopping mall. There's a lot of good food options in there, and at the M Quartier across the street, as well as the M-Sphere. And this is a very nice part of town, and it's very well located. This is one stop west from the popular Asok station area, where Terminal 21 is. I think staying right near a BTS or metro station is a very wise idea if you're coming to Bangkok. I would definitely stay in this area again. Usually I do stay somewhere between Asok and Nana and Chit Station. But I decided to change things a little bit, and I stayed at the Skyview for 5 nights. You do not hear a lot of horns in Bangkok normally. That is very unusual. It's considered a sign of aggression here. There's some street food vendors right here, but this is Sukhumvit Soi 24. And the hotel is right around the corner from here. There's about 5 or 6 massage shops right along this little stretch. There's also a couple of 7-Elevens. And this area is a bit nicer than Asok. It seems to be mostly 4- and 5-star hotels in the area. And there's a lot less riffraff, I guess you could call it, at night. There's a very small 7-Eleven. So I guess I'll spoil the surprise. Would I stay at the Skyview again? Yes, I would. The only caveat is I always like checking out new properties and hotels I haven't been to before. So for that reason, I probably won't stay there again. By the way, if I cut through the mall, here's where I'd be coming out. I would certainly recommend it. Bangkok is the land of 5-star hotels, but a lot of them are really closer to a 4 by Western standards. And this one kind of skirts the line. But the Skyview is just here on the right. Across the street you have the Mercur and an Ibis hotel. So if you like the area and you want to save a few bucks, you could stay there. I think they've got a nice pool as well. And there's a Hilton over there, which is priced very similarly to the Skyview. That one's a bit more, I guess, conventional or classic in its design. This hotel opened, I think, in 2016 as a Compass property, but in 2020 it was rebranded to just be the Skyview. And they're kind of going after a younger, I guess, chic crowd. Not unlike the standard hotel I stayed at earlier, although that hotel was much nicer than this one. There's the Robo Taiyaki and bar. They also have live music in there. That place is rocking at night, but I've never been there. Maybe I've certainly heard it. It's a Japanese izakaya. They've got a currency exchange counter. Well, I was just using these guys. I've got a card that reimburses my ATM fees, and I don't pay any FX conversion rate, making that extremely convenient. And there's a high-end sushi restaurant on this end. This area is also known as being a Japanese district. Check-in is at 2, and they're quite anal about that. We got here at like 8:30 a.m. They let us use the shower up on, I think, the 7th floor. But you can see a lot of bags being held up, but we weren't the only ones waiting to get in. That was a bit unfortunate. They do offer an early check-in for, I think, half of the nightly rate. And that might be why they're a bit anal about not letting anyone else in before 2. And there's a rooftop bar, Vanilla Sky, and one called Mojo. I went to Vanilla Sky last night, and it is a very nice rooftop bar, and prices were somewhat reasonable, so perhaps I will show a clip of that. Elevators are decent. They play this really annoying advertisement non-stop in these elevators. This also shows up on the room, or on the TV in the room, whenever you put your card in the power slot, which is kind of annoying. But we're gonna check out the pool. Oops, I got off at the buffet. Well, this will be a good time to show you the breakfast buffet. As you can see, it's quite busy and awkward recording in this space. But there's a bread and carb station. They got 4 self-serve coffee machines. Make yourself a latte or cappuccino. It's a salad bar here. Little charcuterie action if you want. Fruits and juices, no pineapple today, unfortunately. This food is quite good. I'm a fan of the beans. There's the egg station. Bacon, sausages. So this is a steak restaurant at night. But it's definitely one of the best breakfast buffets I've had at a hotel. Well, that was the buffet. I got off on the wrong floor. I wasn't paying attention, but we'll just walk up. To the next floor. The pool is quite nice, although the hotel has been full and there is definitely a Hunger Games situation. Trying to get a lounger, which is quite annoying. This is the rooftop area. There's a nice bar. Beers are a little over 200 baht, which they'll charge to the room. And look at that, they've got a few free loungers. That is not something I've seen a whole lot of. I have been able to get one, but as soon as I get up to leave, somebody pounces on it. The water is not heated. But it's a good size. The sun comes up right over there. You can open up one of the umbrellas if you want. But other than it getting a little busy in terms of trying to grab a bed by the pool, I don't really have any complaints with it. Also, there is a shower in those bathrooms should you be a little early. I need my room card here for the gym. It's a little bit lacking. They have a couple of leg presses. That is it. Smith machine. Oop, press the button. What's really missing there is like a pull-up bar and some dip bars. You can do lat pull-downs. And I guess with an adjustable bench and dumbbells, you can do pretty much anything. There's also a chest press machine in there. Thank you. I am staying on the 26th floor. I believe it's the Grand Executive Room. 5 nights was about $300 a night Canadian. I am staying in 2608. But it's a rather nice hotel. Luxury, it is not. I would kind of call it a borderline 5-star. You'll see in a moment the finishings in the room are a little bit lacking. And I think these rooms on the end are quite nice. I've got a peek into them. But these are just your standard, I don't know what they call them, rooms on this side. You got beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows and views in them. I've got this Grand Executive corner room up here. So let's head in. And into the room I go. I believe this is the Grand Executive Room. Got the card in there. I'll turn on some of the lights. There we go. It features a bathtub with a view, and I guess that means people in that hotel across the street may also have a view of you. Again, this is considered a 5-star hotel, but really the finishings in this room kind of give off 4-star vibes. They're certainly decently adequate. It's just luxury it is not. We've got a veneer fake wood surface, which, while it looks okay, it's a little bit cheap feeling, and there's some wear and tear. You can see the carpet starting to fray a little bit right there, and it'll have the usual nicks and scratches all over, which is really kind of unavoidable over time. I'm not really complaining, especially given the price. This was about a little over 1,300 Canadian during peak season for 5 nights. That does include breakfast. There's a perfectly adequate love seat. And in some of the rooms on this side, although they are smaller rooms, this would be considered an upgrade over them. They don't have this big panel here. That whole wall is floor-to-ceiling windows, which is kind of nice. Here beside the bed you have master, reading light, wall lamp, night light. You control the entry and the room. You have a USB plug and a regular plug there that supports most plug types, so that's quite convenient. And a phone, of course. And it's nice that you can see out of 2 sides of the building, given that this is a corner unit. Although the curtains do kind of bunch up awkwardly in the corner here. But it's nice and quiet. Come bedtime, the bed is medium firm. I would say it's certainly comfortable. Pillows and everything are adequate. It's nothing special, but it gets the job done. It's also nice and quiet in here at night. And whenever you come into the room, the TV turns on and plays these ridiculous commercials of people that don't exist in real life, just living their best life. I don't know why they're advertising the hotel to the hotel guests every time they walk in, but that just plays on a loop. Speaking of the TV, there's no smart apps on there. There's no YouTube, Netflix, Prime, or anything, but you do have access to HDMI ports, and there's a number of TV stations, including global from Canada, which is kind of nice. There's a mini fridge. I just put my own shit in there, but the stuff in the back, I assume you'll get charged. if you take it. Instant coffee and sugar and tea is provided. There's a kettle and cups, spoons, and that sort of thing. You've got a safe, more storage. There's plenty of storage, little working area here with a light. And a chair to work on. It's a solid room. Again, it doesn't quite match the level of the rest of the hotel in terms of delivering that 5-star experience, but it's certainly more than adequate and nice in its own right. The TV could be a little bigger. As far as internet speeds go, connecting to Wi-Fi is easy and it works all over the property, so no issues there. I'm just running a speed test right now. Error. I have no idea why that's giving an error. I think it's about 50 down, 30 up or so. You got a nice floor-to-ceiling window there, but for the bedroom area, again, it's perfectly adequate. And there's storage beside the bed as well. I just keep all my shit down here on the side. I quite like this layout with the little love seat at the end. Again, my only complaint is the TV is a tad tiny for the distance you watch from in bed. You get 2 bottles of water every day as well. Housekeeping is decent. They just came in here earlier today. And let's check out the bathroom. A few more drawers of storage. You get a few robes, ironing board. All right. Into the bathroom. The shower, I will say, is excellent. Tons of pressure, nice rainfall shower head, and a detachable shower head. Now let's turn the rainfall shower head on, which I don't know why that's not working. There we go. Look at that. Very decent. The tub is nice. Water gets nice and hot. It fills up pretty quickly. I think these windows are tinted, so I don't think anyone can really see in here, but if you are conscious of that, you can pull the blinds down. In fact, I believe that's another bathroom right across this odd little area outside. And we cannot see in there, so I'm assuming they cannot see in here as well. Toilet, you get your bum gun and some basic bidet functions. This is a happy toilet after all. And nice big vanity mirror. It's only a single sink, but it's enough to do the job. And they give you a comb, toothbrush, toothpaste, shower cap, Q-tips, body lotion, tissues, and in here, the usual shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel. Yeah, it's a pretty excellent bathroom overall. No complaints with the bathroom. Although, given the standard of room, it might be nice to have a little separation between the toilet and shower or bathtub in case you're staying with someone and you're not Super comfortable just hanging out in the bathroom together while you do your own stuff separately. Really, that's more of a nitpick. But yeah, would I stay here again? Well, I love the location and the amenities. The breakfast is excellent. The pool area, again, unfortunately, there's that Hunger Games situation at the pool. But if you get a spot there, it's quite nice. The gym, not amazing, but adequate. And the location, I'm going to give it an A+. Asok Station is about a 10-minute walk in that direction. But you'll notice a very different kind of clientele, I guess you could say, in this area versus that area. There's a lot less of what you could call sleaze at street level. And there's a lot less in terms of cheaper hotels in this area. So you tend to get, I guess, a different demographic of people, especially given the fact that these are two kind of high-end luxury shopping malls right here. And you have the M-Sphere Mall just off in that direction. One thing, we are on 26, but with the Emporium right there, right across from the M Quartier, it doesn't feel like we're on 26, given that the roof is right there. I love how close we are to the BTS station. And you just pop out of the hotel, go around the corner. You can walk through the mall and get right to the BTS in a nice air-conditioned environment the whole way. But yeah, there we go. The room here at the Skyview. They've got a ton of different room options available. And not all the rooms of the same kind are configured exactly the same. So you may book the same room and it might be configured differently. I did request a room with a nice view when I booked this one, and I think they delivered on that. Again, I have no idea why the speed test is failing here. They must have blocked it on their end. But I look forward to your thoughts and comments down below. If I'm wearing something different, it's because I recorded this section of the video at a different time than the rest of the video, as the sun is about to set. But I look forward to your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below should you wish to say thanks that way. And I strongly doubt if you get up to one of the rooftop lounges that you're going to see a scene just like that playing out. Anywho, I am thoroughly exhausted, so I'm probably going to head down to the pool right now. But thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink!